Yeah, good evening and welcome to tonight's session. And tonight we're going to look at project reporting. One of them, which is very important, is project status report. If you remember when we were treating methodologies, I spoke about project status report. We use it for reporting, like periodic reporting. At least you should be able to report your project to the line manager or the stakeholder or the project sponsor at least once in a week. And if you want to send the report should capture what you've done so far, what you plan to do the following week, and the numerous challenges, which is the risk you've captured and how you are managing the risk. This is what you need to be doing every week. So project status reports should be a statutory meeting. It's a standard meeting that should be held once, at least, I say at least every week, depending on the project and the understanding. In some cases, it can be twice, or can be once in every 2 weeks or once in a month. Yeah, if you are working in a project, a big project, and you need to report to people like, let's say, state government, and you are working on the road construction. It is a big project that can last for maybe 2 to 3 years. Yeah, this kind of project, you might decide and agreed with the stakeholders, can be once in every month you can report, maybe to the commissioner or the PAMSEC or even the governor. So but once every week might be too close. So, and if you are reporting every day, no matter the size of your project, trying to report every day might be spamming to the project supervisor or the project sponsor. So the ideal duration is once every week for small and medium projects. Maybe big projects you can talk about once every month. It's a long duration project, maybe project lasting for 2 years, 3 years, something like that. We equally talk about project reporting in agile environment. We talk about daily stand-up. We don't have daily stand-up in waterfall. I've seen some people working on waterfall and they started doing daily stand-up. If you want to be professional, daily stand-up is in agile environment. It's a Scrum event, and Scrum is a framework in agile. So if you want to be professional, be professional. If you are just playing around, play around. Yeah, we already treated agile. We've already seen all the reporting, like sprint demo. These are the way you report to the stakeholders. They are all reporting. So let's come back to project status updates for projects in waterfall environments. That's what we're going to treat tonight. Okay, I believe everyone can now see my screen. So I'm presenting. Yeah. So project status report is a regular summary of the project's progress, risk, and performance of the project. It communicates the project status to stakeholders, ensuring transparency and informed decision making. So you need to be reporting. One thing that is going to keep you in a very good relationship with your stakeholders is constant update. Keep updating them on what is going on the project. Don't keep them in dark. When they are in dark, they might think you're hiding anything for them. But when you keep them updated through this report, that is what they want. And any way they feel they are not happy, you can always capture their feeling early enough. Because anytime you send project reports, they give you feedback about the way they feel towards their project progress. If they are not happy, they are going to communicate and you will take action. If they are happy, you're going to, they have more requirement, you are going to know. So the purpose of this report is number one, transparency, just like I said, to keep all stakeholders updated on the progress. Risk management, identify issues and risk early enough to address them proactively. It helps you to always, because anytime we are going to report, you need to look around, look at all the risk available. You need to talk about all the risk you identified, how you are managing the risk. The more important thing they want to do is your approach to risk management, because this is their investment. If you are not managing it very well, they are not going to be happy. But every time you are reporting, telling them these are the risks, they are not, they know that project is a management of risk. So when you, I've seen some people that hide risk, they capture issue in their projects, they started hiding it. They don't want the stakeholders to know about it. Maybe if the stakeholders say there is risk or issues, they will think they are not competent. No. This is where so many people, you start shooting yourself on the leg. That's why we have risk management. Is a topic well identified in project management. So when you have risk, do not hide it. Let it be captured. Some people, you will be sick and you don't want people to know you are sick, because you feel that if they know you are sick, they are going to sack you or they're going to replace you. No. If you are not, if you are sick, if you are not healthy, you are not going to give the best. These are risks. So when you have this kind of situation, report it. What the stakeholders are interested in is the approach. You are managing the risk. Are you managing the risk very well? Are you being proactive? What are your strategies? That's what they want to see. So another purpose is decision support. The reports, you keep providing a kind of data and information for decision making. If you keep on updating your line manager or the project sponsor, you see your project sponsor might become a HOD. For instance, if you are implementing ERP or CRM, let's say CRM for the organization, you know most people are going to use the CRM is within sales and marketing. So if the sales and marketing manager or sales and marketing HOD is your project sponsor, you know that these HODs, they do have meeting with the directors. It will help the HOD equally to talk about the project going on in his or her unit when they are having a board meeting or directors meeting or higher senior management meeting. So if you are not keeping them up to date, how do you want them to talk about? Because they know, the management knows the project is going on. A lot of money has been, apportioned, invested, allocated, budgeted for that project, and you are not keeping them up to date. These are the reasons why they can even fire you, because you are putting their own reputation, you are putting their own integrity, their own job on the line. They can be suspended, they can be removed if they cannot provide a comprehensive feedback about what's going on in their own department or unit. So these are reasons decision support is going to support them during senior management meeting. Accountability. Track project milestone deliverable against planned timeline. So as you are providing the reports consistently, it helps to monitor how close are we to our goal. Are we derailing? Are we on track? Is important for everybody. So that's why you don't have to play around. Everything you are walking around monitoring is just for you to write a comprehensive report you need to present before the management. So if you want to write this kind of report, a status report, these are key elements that your report should have. The project, number one is the project overview. The project overview should contain the project name, the project manager, the reporting date, and reporting period. Some people during our internship, I've seen some people who are making this mistake, which I corrected them though, is whenever they come for project reporting, they start from the time the project started. They continue to start from the beginning and I told them, no. You have, for instance, if you have reported last week, project reports, and you're writing the project report for this week, the period you are going to report is going to be the week. Let's say you are submitting your report every Friday by 12 p.m., which that is the ideal thing, because if you submit it by 12 p.m., it's going to give the line manager or the stakeholder or the project sponsor opportunity to go through the reports and give you a feedback depending on the way you are reporting. If you are reporting one-on-one, just like I'm here talking to the director or talking to the project sponsor, telling this project sponsor what have been going on. Although even if you need to report it face to face, you must still hand over the written reports, maybe via the email. Before you can sit to have a discussion, you must have sent the email, so that by the time you guys are sitting to discuss, he must have gone through the report and should be able to have some feedback to give to you. So if you need to do it, it's always good to do it early enough, maybe on Friday. Yeah. If you are reporting, the reporting period should be what happened from Monday till that Friday, till the period you are submitting your report. So don't go and start writing reports about what happened even last month, from the beginning of this year. No, because you reported them. So that's why it's important to talk about the reporting period. And the date should be that date, maybe on Friday, it should be Friday state. And the reporting period, you talk about Monday to Friday. That's how your overview should be. Then executive summary, a high-level summary of progress, key achievement, and challenges. Yes. High level at a high level state. It's just a summarized, no details. And then achievement, everything at high level, no details. When we talk about high level, talk about key points. Don't go and start breaking them down. It's when you have opportunity to talk about it, then you talk about the low level details. And then challenges. All these things should be captured in your executive summary. So many of these big men might not have time to be going through the whole detail. All they are looking at to capture the executive. That's why I call it executive summary. They are so much interested in the executive summary because they have so much work on their table. Is when they have a glance at the executive summary, if there's something that strikes them within the executive summary, they might go down to those areas. They might even jump to, if you have a 10-page, they might decide to even jump down to the middle of the report to discuss that striking element within the executive summary. Status indicator, you must, within the status indicator, you should look at the project schedule, the project budget, and project scope. These are areas where things can easily go wrong. So these are, I call it indicators. So within the indicators, you should indicate, are we still on track? Are we derailing? Is there any delay or no delay? Or are we ahead of schedule? So you need to let the management know in your schedule, that is time. Are we slow or are we ahead? Are we moving above expectation? Budget is equally important to talk about the budget, how much you spend. Have you started going above the budget? Is the amount remaining still? So we talk about the budget, whether are we within the budget, are we over the budget, are we under the budget? We need to state it. And scope, changes or deviation from the original plan. Are we changing? Are we deviating? Are we derailing from our original plan? You know, why? So you need to, these are key indicators that need to be very clear. So you see the reason why you are not going to be playing around, because every week you need to talk about what's going on. If you are not following, if you don't know what you are doing, if you are not monitoring, how are you going to be able to report effectively? So project management, if you really want to become a decent project manager, you need to really do some work. You need to be up and doing. Then progress update. You need to talk about completed milestones or deliverable. Everything that's completed, all the milestones. We say milestone because within the milestone, what are completed, you need to talk about it. It's extremely important. For instance, in this project breakdown structure, you still be able in status. You know, if there is status of this, anything that you've done, you should be able to talk about where we are in the status. Yeah, I didn't add status here because in project plan, all of us know how project plan. This is so in project plan, we should always add status. Status should say all these completed tasks. You should always say completed. For instance, this initiate stage might become milestone, key milestone. So once we reach all these milestones, say we need to let them know where we are. What, not just where everything is in progress. No, everything is in progress is not reporting. You must say this is completed. We've identified stakeholders and the expectation. We've completed it. We'll have stakeholder analysis report ready. We have work breakdown structure report ready. We've defined roles and responsibilities, and the risk metrics is ready. So you must report what is ready, what you have achieved in clear terms. So, and tasks that is in progress, those that are in progress, you put it in progress. Those that have not started, you see not started. So you must talk about the progress, the status of tasks completed, in progress, and upcoming. If you go to Faith Camp, let's look for one. Let's see in Faith Camp. Yeah. For instance, you see this status here. This is a task. So if you come here, you should see, you see, you must always state those that are the progress, not in progress, mean not started, in progress, completed. If all the work you started within, you need to show these are the work in progress. You state all of them. As you see here, you see from here, you can see it's in progress. If it's not started, if I put it to not started, you always see that you can see here not started. So these are going to help you to do your work very well. So all these things is important. So, but you see this one is completed. So you see why all these are tools. If you are reporting, you must understand how they work. So whatever the week or within the duration you are reporting, talk about the work you are reporting, the ones completed. If all the things you want to do within the week, you completed them, you state that, yes, they are completed. If there are some you couldn't start, you state the one that you couldn't start and the reason why you couldn't start it, because these are things you've mapped out to do for the week. If there are some that are still ongoing, maybe you couldn't finish it up, you talk about the reason. That means delay. This is where we'll start having delays. You need to talk about them. Yeah. So, and risk and issues, all the identified risk and or issues and their impact. So for you to talk about this, you need to quickly go to RAID log. Within the RAID log, you can see all the issues you've identified within the week, and some of the issues that are closed within the reporting period, and all the issues or risks that are still open. Yeah, you talk about them. You should know how to do that. We've treated risk management using RAID, so that should be a piece of cake for you to extract data from there when writing your reports. Then allocation, resource allocation, update on resource utilization and constraints. So if you are a resource utilization, if you go to your project plan, you can see all the resources that has been allocated, and how it has been utilized. For instance, you see maybe you have not assigned work to developers, they've not started, that means it has not been utilized. Like you see, you've assigned work to project manager, you've assigned work to business analysts, and they've started their work. You see how far they've gone. That is utilization, resource utilization. If you go to project labor, when the project started going on, there's a place called resource utilization. If you go there, you see how the resources has been utilized. I do not have my project labor here. I would have put it on. If you go there, you see resource utilization. These are where you are going to be extracting information to write your reports. So you see why all these tools they are very, very important, because you need to be consulting them when you're writing your reports. Next step, so you need to talk about the next step, outline plan. Planned activity for the next reporting period. For instance, we are reporting this week, which is you are submitting your report on Friday, then you must be able to state what you guys are planning to achieve next week. For instance, if you guys are planning to achieve from data asset register, that data sensitivity label, risk register, and gap analysis. If all these things are stated are what you guys are planning to do the next week, then you tell them this is our plan for the next week. So, and that plan is going by the end of that next week, then you need to report how the outcome of that particular plan. So, when you are doing your work like this, you see they are going to be happy. That's how a professional project manager should do their work. And attachment, if applicable. Some of all these, like attachments, if you go to project plan, project labor, you can generate reports there. Any kind of report, if it is 1 day or 2 days or 3 days, or you should be able to, with any duration you are reporting, you can get a PDF copy of it. You can equally add charts and while submitting your reports. Yeah, it depends on, it's not compulsory, if applicable. So we have types of project status reports. When we were starting, I said it's not only in weekly reports we can do. So if it's a short duration, like 3 months project or 6 months, we might decide to adopt weekly status reports. These provide frequent updates on project, weekly reports. Then we might decide to adopt monthly status report. Used for projects with longer timeline, summarizing significant progress, so longer timeline. Like if we're working for a project like 2 years project, we might decide to adopt monthly status report. We only have exceptional reports issued only when when we have significant change or deviation. Yeah, you can use it when we have a change request, meaning that there is a significant change from plan. That is, this is no longer the plan there is, so we can decide to have exceptional reports because of changing the requirements. So we equally have dashboard reports. Dashboard reports, visual representation of key metrics, often used for tools like MS Project or Power BI. Like I said, projects, some of these configurations, if you're using, so many people using Microsoft projects, you can see that you can integrate your MS project with Power BI. Power BI is very good in reporting because of its features, and so you can integrate it, and everybody will be seeing the metrics of your project, how whatever you are doing, how all the deliverables, they will be showing on the Power BI metrics. So yeah, so if you are working in a company where you are using MS Project and Power BI, you might talk to the business analysts and the developers to carry out integration. If you want every project to be very big, because the way where I worked, we have a very big screen, in the hall, in the workplace hall. So from the screen, everything we're doing is always on daily basis displaying on the Power BI screen. How many deliverables we've achieved within the day, within the week, everything, how we're progressing, the chart. So you don't need to go, it gives every other person opportunity to have a kind of an overview of the progress from the, we call our team digital transformation unit. So they can see what is happening from the digital transformation unit, how we are progressing, achievement. That will not take away the status report you need to, report to your line manager. That one is sure. So if you are working remotely, you might not, the dashboard report might not be for people like you. So depending on anyway. So steps, if you want to write your report, number one is to do data collection, collect data, gather data on reports, risk, issues, and financial. So you know that all these areas, they have difference. So you go to different places to gather reports. You go to, for instance, project plan to gather report. You might decide to go to a Freed Camp to gather report. You might go to ReadLock to gather report. All these reports, you gather them to help you to put them together. Then update key metrics, update schedule, budget, scope, and resource status indicator. Then 3, summarize progress, highlight completed tasks, achievement and milestones. These are all the things we've already discussed. Then number 4, document issues and risk and issues, include details of challenges and mitigation. Where they will want to know details, always during the issue, when we have issues and the risk, you will always give it. It's not about high level. Give a clear example, clear details of how we are solving that problem they want to know. Provide next step, define upcoming activities and required decisions, and review your work and share it with your stakeholders. Ensure accuracy and share your report with stakeholders. So you can share it by email attachment. Write your report in PDF and then share a report through attachment. So tools for project status reports. Yeah, Microsoft project or project. So you need to generate details, Gantt chart, dashboard, tracking. So you must always get information from your project plan. It's important. Jira, or let's say FreeCam, that project collaborative environment. Project collaborative environment. You must go there. You see, when I was teaching, I browse project collaborative environment. So get there, get some information about, because this is the live environment where you are managing the project. So get all the necessary information from there. Power BI visual is important, like I discussed about Power BI. If your project is integrated with Power BI and you have the capacity to display it, yeah. Important documents here is Excel, PowerPoint, and Doc. So Doc, depending on the approach, the project management office will always talk about their reporting pattern. The document, if they want their work or your work to be reported using Excel, they will show you an example of how it looks like, how they want it to be. If they want to be in PowerPoint, they will tell you how it's going to look. The most popular, which is Word Doc, is always they will show you how they want it to be. So most of the time, companies already have their template they want you to use. All they want to use in that template, input information on the template so that your reporting will be consistency. So it's extremely important you learn how to use a template to do your reporting. So for example of a project status report looks like this. Yeah, in this example from Food Tracker expansion, you see the project overview, you see the project name, Food Tracker expansion, project manager John Doe, date 13th November 2024, executive summary. The expansion project is progressing well. Market research is completed and vendor onboarding has started. Indicators, you see the schedule, the timeline is on track, the budget pending approval, or we have spent the 1 quarter of the budget, or whichever. We need to talk about the state of the budget. Scope, no change in scope. If there is change in scope, you state this the change within the project scope. Progress update, So you talk about completed items. You see market research completed as you captured in your executive summary. In progress, vendor onboarding is in progress. Upcoming is going to be logistics setup. This is progress update. Then you talk about the risk. Vendor, under the issues, vendor delay in 2 states. Delay is an issue which can endanger the project. So mitigation, you talk about how you are managing the issue you've captured. Engage alternative vendors. So you've already planned to engage alternative vendor because the vendor you wanted to start with within this day, there is delay. So resource allocation, how do you manage their resources? All team members are engaged. Yeah, meaning that you already started burning the budget. Additional logistics staffs needed for delivery system and setup. So meaning that you're equally looking, because of the vendor delay, you're looking for additional logistics setup. And equally, next step, you talk about what you are going to do the following week or the following reporting period. You plan to finalize vendor contracts and initiate marketing campaign. So this is how you capture your report in a very, you see, almost half a page, but it's very, very up to direct to the point. It carries a serious weight. It's not about writing you don't need report. It doesn't, status report does not need to be very voluminous. So if you capture it this way, so you might be called to talk about it and you can discuss it in depth, but it should be very, very brief and catchy. So best practice, keep it concise, focus on key points without overwhelming details. Be transparent, highlight risk and the challenges openly. Like I say, some of us who want to, play by the gallery kind of eye service, you want everybody to see you are perfect. We are not perfect in managing projects. Be open. We prefer you to be transparent. Let us know what is going on. Well, that's why you see some people will be painting pictures. When they finally find out the real truth, they find out there is no going back. You cannot even save the project. You see, in the past, so many banks in Nigeria collapsed. Instead of them to talk about the real situation of the bank, they keep on generating and submitting fake reports, bribing the auditors, And when the higher authority came in, a higher authority that you cannot bribe and audit, find out there is so much vacuum. The system is decayed and you see them collapsing. Don't allow your project to be that. Let people know, let stakeholders know your challenges. It's not your project. You should know it's their project. Let them know what is happening. For instance, you are a medical doctor and there is a patient under your care. You find out there is an issue. The person is having a cancer. Are you going to be hiding the cancer to the husband or to the wife or to the children? For what? Is it your child? Is it your wife? Is the person you are? So you need to tell them that is the ideal scenario. That is the ideal scenario. You need to talk about the situation. Tell them the truth and nothing but the truth. And that's it. Tailor to the audience, adapt the report format and content for stakeholders. Like I say, you cannot, after this, you take our template and go and start forcing people you that just employ you as a project manager. This is the project. You cannot enforce them to say to take a template. They already have their format, and their format is based on their environment. So if you want them to adopt your own, you have to convince them, give them a reason. If they don't have at all, then you have every reason to bring whatever you have, but you must tailor it that is being adaptable. We talk about adaptability in some of our soft skills. Use visual, which we'll talk about, like charts, graphs, and the rest of them. Stay consistent. Maintain a regular reporting schedule. Don't, if you report 1 week, for 2 weeks, the next after 2 weeks you start reporting for 2 weeks. I mean 2 weeks duration. You cannot say my duration is every 1 week. When you do that for 1 month, you then change your format. Say I'll be reporting every 2 weeks, or now I'll go to every 1 month. No. If you start weekly report, continue with the weekly report, continue with the same template, and that's it. Benefits: improve communication, keep stakeholders aligned with the project goals, enhance risk management, early identification and resolution of challenges, progress tracking, ensure milestones are met on time and within the budget. Informed decision making, it provides stakeholders with actionable insights, helping them to, they are part of the project. As you are reporting to these stakeholders, some of these stakeholders have higher stakeholders they are reporting as well. So if there is a break in transmission from your own reporting, you are equally breaking their own transmission where they are reporting. They might be decent people, unlike you. So don't go and bring, if you are irregularity, they might not like it. If they want to be reporting as you are reporting every week, they might want to be reporting every week as well, so if you cut the reporting without any reason, what do you expect them to tell the people they are reporting as well? Maybe they are reporting to the CEO or director or things like that. So that is it. So know that the information you are supplying through this report is a channel. It has somewhere it's going. So it's very, very important. Okay. This is a template. Yeah. We have this template which we can adopt: weekly project status report templates. Yeah. You see project overview. Yeah. We see progress summary. We see milestones. We see risk and issues. We see next steps and additional notes. So this is a complete template we can adopt. So very soon, you already joined a project group. So very soon we'll start our internship. So I'm just waiting for everybody to onboard very well. So some of you have already started joining your group. So hopefully, maybe if you people do it quicker, maybe we can even start the project, do the induction, and get started as quickly as possible. Yeah. So if you have any question you have for me, so all these um, templates and the lesson notes should be posted on the platform. Yeah. Okay. So I've seen so many of you already started joining your group. It's not difficult. It's just once you click the email invite, follow it, and register to Freed Camp, and you find yourself in your group, and that's it. The next step, we're going to communicate. The next step, we're going to give instruction on how to manage projects. We already have a brief lesson. We're going to give another induction on how to work on Freed Camp. And once again, yeah, that's basically what we need to do there. So yeah.
I have a question, Piano.
I'm coming. Okay, I think it's only Vivian here. Come up with your question.
Okay, good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for the class today. Okay, my question is actually on methodology, like a project leader now that accommodates Gantt chart. So I want to know if Jira also accommodates Gantt chart.
Jira is not Jira is a project collaborative environment. So everything that you can do with Jira, I've taught you everything that Jira has. If it doesn't see Gantt chart there during the instruction, then there is no Gantt chart in Jira. Told you about burn down charts. That's the only thing I saw there, and that's what I thought. So anything I didn't teach there, then you know it's not there. But I don't think Jira does not have any Gantt chart.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So the type of projects you are working on will determine the environment you choose. If you want a project that is require Gantt charts, or it's not you that are going to determine. So anyway, people that are going to hire you, they know what they want. They either even tell you agile project, scrum master needed, or product owner. So once they tell you that they are looking for scrum master, you know you are going to work in Jira. They tell you they are looking for product owner, you know you are going to. If they are looking for a business analyst, that they'll tell you agile business analyst, you know. So they always let you know where you're working. So yeah, so that's why you learn both of them wherever your destiny is taking you. You know, you go there and then progress. It's like marriage. So learn as much as you can. You don't know whether Chinese man go marry you.
I don't marry finish.
You can't say for sure. You don't know where your own love is taking you.
So she don't marry rich.
Huh?
Or in German. So I don't marry
Yes.
finish.
Some of us are yet to marry. So yeah.
Don't marry finish, born finish. So I don't need anyone again.
Your children never are married now. So you still in the, you can never be out of it once you start this. So wherever they are marrying your child, they are marrying you there as well.
Okay.
So you cannot say, no, I don't like I don't want to use the name. Let me use people that know. I don't like Russian people. And you send your daughter to go and read medicine in Russia. And the Russian people are very giant people. And their giantness trigger their daughter. So you can't say.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate.
You're welcome. So, Madam Obona, what can I do for you? I hope if you raise your hand, you hear your name. Okay.
Hello, sir. Sir, good evening, sir. Sorry, my light is bad. Sir, please, while I was going through the Jira app, following your teaching, so but I discovered that some of the features that are on your own are not on the one I sign up on. So I don't know. Is it because I don't know whether your own is your own a paid version or and my own is a free, because some of the features, like when I was trying to, when you were adding all the when you were adding all the users acceptance, those other items there, I'm coming.
User story.
Yes, yeah, user story. So I was trying to add those ones, but my own because I didn't see where that drop down button that you clicked is not showing on my own. Even the Epic, I'm not seeing it. So and then when we were doing the refinements, those icons, I'm not seeing them on the one I sign up on. So I don't know whether it's because
it depends on the template you choose. When I was showing, I choose software development. You see, marketing, finance. Can people remember them? So if you go and choose different templates, you are going to get different results. It's simple. You didn't follow it. You didn't follow the instructions step by step. So if you have gone when you are choosing the template, I specifically see software development. I specifically see Jira, Scrum Jira. All those, go back and watch the video very well. Don't just maybe you just started, you see Jira, you sign up. Follow those instructions one by one to learn. So there's nothing like my own can never be different, and it's free. If I want to use paid one to teach you, I will tell you that I use paid one, but I use free one. I show you people that it's free for 10 people. So go and rewatch the video and see where you made a mistake.
Okay, sir. It was because of that I got stuck along the way while I was going through the teaching. So some of the things we were doing, I wasn't able to do them because I'm not seeing the features on the one I have.
So go back and we'll call it debugging. Go and debug your this thing and find out where you are having issue. there must be an error somewhere.
Okay, sir.
You
Thank
follow
you.
you follow the wrong direction.
All right, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I will know where, because we're almost getting done. So the main direction is for us to get into our internship. Good night and stay
Nice,
blessed.
sir.
Good night, sir.
Night, sir.
Bye. Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night, sir. Thank you.